Hello, everyone. This is Beyond Heroes. I am joined by an amazing cast. We have Adam Bradford, Jen Kretchmer, Lauren Urban, Hope LaVelle, and B. Dave Walters. We are missing TJ Storm because he forgot he's in Georgia somewhere.
Like
as
you
do. But
very on brand.
He wishes everyone happy holidays. From the great state of Georgia, from the Peach State. Right before we get into it, this is a series of one-shots. They all come together to form one giant campaign. Every time one of us rolls a D20, a natural 20, not when we roll a D20, that would be abusive. Every time we get a natural 20, you have a chance to win a legendary bundle, which is all of the D&D books. And that even means if the Dungeon Master has a killing streak, like he did last adventure, you get a chance to win.
Just a scratch, really cool. Just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
Yeah,
you're totally fine.
See, he's right there. It's fine. It's okay.
So you're freely kebab last episode. So with that, let's play our intro.
With the dawn, out of the ashes and beyond the night, beyond the masses and into the light, beyond all time in this adventure we chose. We will never give up. We are beyond heroes, beyond heroes.
What the coolest rendering of our characters is here. Wait, hold on a second. There we go.
What?
I wasn't gonna wear it the whole time, but I needed to at least have it right here.
No, you gotta wear it the whole time now. Every time we play.
Now you made it weird
when we have meetings.
Yeah, especially when you have meetings.
I can't wear it because then my headphones come out.
We were gonna have to find a solution. See, we found your cosplay.
Listen, if that's all I have to wear,
I gold paint.
Thank you.
That was part of the appeal of it for you.
Yes.
It's
Save
awesome.
You
Thank you
the
so
full
much.
body gold paint.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll still probably end up.
We all came to the same conclusion pretty quick. We're like, oh, that's for Lauren.
That's for Lauren. Just walking around the floor, and we're like, oh, we need to get that for her.
It is absolutely gorgeous. And there it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember
where it's
do
from.
we have the name of the maker?
Especially we're gonna give a plug to who made it.
Don't have that name.
Oh no, we're terrible.
I sent you the card. I sent you the card.
Yeah.
The card didn't have the name. It was just a lot of very good instructions about being cautious.
we will look at the Gen Con
Do
vendor
not
list
glue
and
this
find
to
out
your
and
face.
Yes, we will
Yeah.
tweet a plug. We will.
There
tweet
will
a
be
plug.
tweets and plugs.
Almost everything I
But
buy
it's
says don't glue it
gorgeous.
to your face.
That's just good advice, man. That's
Pretty
just
much.
good advice.
That's good advice.
Absolutely.
All right, so speaking of D&D,
Let's play.
Our heroes have found themselves in between two elemental planes. They are in the realm of Frostfell, which is right about where you have the elemental plane of air meets the elemental plane of water, and is, as it is called, almost entirely made of ice and frost, but also a great deal of open spaces and just floating objects. So at this moment, you have been told that there is potentially going to be an attack on a small colony of ice gnomes that are being guarded by several metallic dragons. And they are expecting some sort of attack, possibly from evil dragons and some flying fortresses as well. It seems that they want some type of technology that the gnomes have. And so you have arrived to Frostfell to defend these gnomes.
Do we have a contact in the town? Do we have a name of the town, or like a tour guide to the town?
You don't have a tour guide. You've just kind of arrived, and most of the gnomes are just busy constructing things. There's several completely brass constructs moving around. Some of them are drilling and forming tunnels in the ice sheets. You are currently in a floating piece of giant ice that the gnomes are actually. They've got a lot of gear. They've got lots of wires.
Are
going
toys
through
being
walls.
made?
No, there are no
Oh.
toys being made.
Oh, dang it.
Is there a particularly corpulent gnome with a big bushy beard that we might locate here?
No, there's not. I'm not quite sure what story you think this is.
Oh no,
And
I get it. All right, no, see
Yeah.
down there. There's that big. It's a candelabra thing that's got 9 different places for candles.
Oh, which day is
that
it?
is it.
How many are lit? How many are lit?
None of them yet, but hopefully soon.
But very soon. Does Orkira light each one with her dragonborn breath?
Only when I'm told to. And I can't actually speak that language really well. I was just taught how to say the specific prayers. Those two, God, I don't pray to anymore.
There just does not seem to be enough oil to light that candelabra for 9 days.
You would think,
There's a
but
way.
Paylor makes sure that it's lit the whole time.
And evocation magic. That's all you need. Transmutation would work too.
So dragons?
The gnomes
gnomes.
are panicked. They are running around. But most of them are not noticing you at all. You just sort of arrived in your airship, and but you do see dozens of dragons. All inside this massive ice cavern right now.
What kinds of dragons?
There's several silver dragons. There's a few gold, but they're mainly brass dragons.
I walk over towards them and I'm like, hello.
Mine favorite. Hail and well met, beautiful, majestic creatures.
Orkira tries not to roll her eyes.
Thank you. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Of course it will. Now can I ride upon thee?
That was quick.
Oh my, Briv, come on.
I am sort of a brass tacks fellow.
You don't
That's a
call them
very-
tax.
Very clever joke there.
Thou
Yes.
seest what I didst.
If you are going to help the gnomes and us protecting them, then you may ride upon many of us. As long as you can assist watching our backs, that's perfectly fine.
I shall watch it closely, for I shall be upon it.
Excuse me.
You don't have to say it that much, but yeah, okay.
I have several additional questions. Why are a squadron of dragons here with these like adorable little gnomes? I'm not used to being the big guy. I kind of like this. They're cute, but why are you guys? I'm looking for the subtext. If you could just give me the subtext of what's
This
happening.
large brass dragon face just gets right next to yours. And whatever illusions that you had of being very large compared to a gnome are now completely shattered as you can feel its hot breath fog up anything glass or armory on you. And you've begun to perspire from the humidity coming out of its nose. And you're just basically in a jet stream of cold breath air.
You know, I appreciate this because it's cold out there, but now this is gonna like freeze on my skin. I think it's actually worse. Okay, all right, yeah.
We are here to protect the gnomes as they finish their great grand device.
What is this device and what is its purpose?
Its purpose is to form a permanent form of teleportation from Frostfell to other locations around the world and the multiverse. They have an artifact, a very ancient artifact that they are deconstructing and recreating with their own magic.
As an aside, there's OOC. There's no correlation between this location and the map we got last time, right? Like this.
No,
There's no reason to believe the artifact they've got is the artifact the other people wanted, right?
there's no reason to believe that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, get the gun out, you know, right? Okay.
I observe the proper protocol for approaching them because I am an anthropologist. This is what I do. And if we're there long enough, I can learn how to properly follow the etiquette.
Do you
I will
approach
do
one of the brass dragons?
Yes.
What do you say?
Hello, greetings.
Hello.
How are you? It's very lovely to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you.
What is your name?
It's a good question. My name is Hith.
I'm sorry?
Hith?
Hith? It's lovely to meet you, Hith. I am Alyndra.
Alyndra.
Absolutely.
Right.
We'll skip the longer version of my name for now. My friends and I would like to aid our other friends here and you in protecting what they need to protect. Would you be kind enough to help us with that and help me convince your friends to aid us as well?
No, more the merrier. The orc man already asked the same question, so I think everyone's on board with more help. You all are invited to ride upon us.
Huzzah!
With thanks.
Orc man?
What was
me.
that?
Oh, I don't even think of you as an orc. I just think of you as a Briv. I don't. Oh, okay. All right.
Tis because I am so eloquent for my kind.
Is this a long-term thing? Are we defending this place forever or just from this oncoming attack? Because I'm assuming if what you're talking about, the gnomes grading, is true, isn't that just going to be here and always get attacked by...
It's better be short term because the weather here is terrible.
It is cold. It is very, very cold. If anyone has a beard, if anyone has eyebrows, they're growing frost. It is uncomfortable.
Additionally, my nipples could cut through glass.
It's information I did not.
I mean, technically, with the armor that exudes from your flesh, then
yeah,
yes.
it's just a normal day, Briv.
Are you wearing your armor right now? Can we see your nipples? I can't believe that's something I just asked on air.
So thank you all for tuning in to Beyond Heroes. We've had a great first season.
This has been kind of one of those months.
Yeah, be back in the new year and try
every live stream that I've done this month.
Penelope just hides into her little shrub. She don't want to see no Briv nipples.
I mean, I'm assuming.
Oh, you see Briv nipples all the time. He barely wears clothes.
Yeah, we had this discussion already. He doesn't wear anything under his armor. So if he doesn't have his armor. Briv,
He's been looking for an Under Armour sponsorship, but it hasn't happened
There
yet.
you go.
Okay.
All right. Is it... Sorry, go ahead.
I would like to turn on my obligatory divine sense. Good and evil, celestials, fiends, and undead in the area. So both either from the gnomes or from the dragons.
No, you don't send any of that.
Okay.
You don't sense anything like that. There's no demons, no fiends, and there's no undead. You've never seen gnome devices like this. Like the piping is like full on a foot in diameter that they're moving around, and it all seems to be leading somewhere into the caverns.
So, are the attack? Why do they want to destroy this thing?
Well, we may have something of theirs, is the thing.
What?
And from a certain point of view.
You took something from them?
Not really.
Thou art thieves?
No, that's a miscalculation. That's a simplification. Technically, it was never theirs. Then they corrupted it. Then we acquired it, and now we have it. But they want it.
And it is
A portal.
Okay, so wait, but if the gnomes are recreating it, once they recreate it, you could give them back the thing you took, and then everybody will have portals.
No, we think that might be inadvisable. Yes.
Why?
It sort of the portal leads to a very bad place that maybe should not be opened.
Where?
You know where?
Yes, the abyss.
Oh, no, we do not want that open.
Yeah,
No.
Briv, please don't spit.
No, yeah.
What's
Swallows
going
it
on
down.
with the spit?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Tradition.
Mine spit has magical properties.
He believes he's the spittermancer.
Not wrong.
Yeah, it keeps working, yeah.
Okay, so how can we help? Because we want to help you.
Well, mainly, if an attack does ensue, we need everyone to basically watch our backs, and we will be leading if there are flying fortresses, we need to find a way to take them down. So
Okay.
that means leading troops on our back into whatever we have to face.
Yeah, we can do that. We're heroes.
What is? We're beyond hero.
Heroes for hire.
Yeah, but we do it for money though. What is your strength besides the dragons in this cave? It is tremendous, but you mentioned troops. I mean, is the troops us? Are the gnomes fighting? Like, what are we?
The gnomes are also assisting us, yes. And some of the constructs are sentient.
Oh, do they want to fight? Constructs, do you wish to fight?
Cricket.
They're not-
cricket.
You just see like all these heads just kind of turn and regard you with like glowing red eyes. And you see one really junky one that just sort of regards you and has like almost like a Halloween jack-o'-lantern like smile. It just
Oh.
looks like a jumble of destroyed and warped magical items. And it even kind of limps and is kind of twisted in form, but and is kind of terrifying.
I go
Ah.
straight towards that one.
Yeah, he's so cute.
Yeah. Like,
Hmm.
hello, I'm Freely. This is Penelope. And you are?
Hello.
He just grabs you and picks you up in his large, one of his arms is way bigger than the other, and he just lifts you up into the air so you can make eye to eye with him. I am Rend.
Hello, Rend. Do you wish to fight in this battle? Because I want you to know, you don't have to do it just because you're a construct. Like, you have to choose.
I run over and I give
I know
Rend a
that.
hug.
Yeah, that name means nothing to Freely whatsoever. So when he's like, I'm Rend, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay.
Rend, what are you doing here? How did you get here?
Yeah, do you remember us? It's really funny. We were your friends, and I'm Penelope.
We were in the bubble universe where we were stuck for a long, long time, over 1,000 years, and we put them in the bag.
I have never felt panic before, but I am starting to feel it now.
I mean, I'm with you, buddy. I don't know what they're talking about. They just like they've like been through.
So there was a
apparently
bubble
multiple-
universe, and we were in it for over 1,000 years. And we
They
just,
are
and we
completely
came with that, and we
overwhelming.
put Orkira in.
Hey, Rend.
Ren just slowly turns towards you and drops Freely, absentmindedly. Like he's done with Freely. Freely drops like 6 feet.
Oh.
Hey, Rend. Do any of us look familiar?
Yes.
All of us? Are you
I
lying?
think so, yes.
Rend, you remember, you're Rend the friend. So you gotta be nice, okay?
Was I not nice just now?
I don't know. Freely, do you feel like that was very nice?
Like, Freely slowly turning off the plasma rifle. Like, oh yeah. No, great guy.
I'm
great
sorry,
guy.
I dropped your friend. He picks up Freely back again. He is back to his original height now. Is everything okay?
So you guys know this guy, okay? Cool.
Wait.
So Rend is our friend from. We were stuck in a bubble universe for over 1,000 years. It was me and Keen. Keen was a robot, but we kept. And Briv was dead, and Orkira and Penelope were in a bag world to slow down time because we needed time to build the thing. And I got
So-
really, really smart, and I can't remember how I did it.
Okay.
This seems.
We were there
I
for a
don't want
long
to
time, we
judge,
got
but
them
this
back,
seems
we
like an
saved the world.
overly complex plot line.
This sounds made up.
It felt very complicated. You
It's a
were dead
good
at the
thing.
time.
It's probably a good thing Keen isn't here.
Every time he turns to Orkira to listen to Orkira, he drops Freely.
Oh, I move out of his arm's reach like the second or third
Yeah.
time. Like it takes a few seconds for me to draw the correlation, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I just need to not be.
Does-
You're starting to have you've been jostled so many times from being dropped. You're like a little woozy now.
Mhm.
Every time I die, I come back and everyone has delusions of grandeur.
Okay, well then stop dying.
Does
I
The answer
agree
to that
with
is either
Penelope.
stay dead or
Tis,
stop dying.
tis a work hazard.
Your friends are accurate.
Does Rend have Avron's the pieces that Avron was constructing on him?
It's hard to tell because there are so many weird things, and
Okay.
the armor is extremely ancient, as are almost all the magical items attached. If you do an Arcana check, and
Sure.
you go ahead and do an Arcana check.
Freely got a 1, so I've successfully disbelieved that this is even happening.
You're pretty sure the cold has gone to you. You got cold fever.
Yeah. Like, this is the end. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's like full Shining. I'm just in the.
Orkira's gonna inch on over to Freely and say, it's probably a bad idea for us to be talking to him about this, considering what happened. But we'll get through this. Do you need anything? Are you okay?
Yeah. I just wanted to talk to the gnomes. Talk to the gnomes.
Okay, all right. Hey, by the way,
Oh no,
before-
I hurt your friend. He picks up Freely again into the air.
If
Not
that
again.
happens, you just sit freely down for now, please.
Freely, you had taken about 8 points of damage, but suddenly a healing light fills you, and all 8 points of that damage disappear, and you no longer feel cold at all. And as this is happening, you kind of see Rend's glowing red eyes turn to a blue for a second, and all the lights underneath the armor seem to be swarming almost like fireflies for a second, and you feel better. And then he drops you.
Oh, hey, thanks, man.
I have fixed your friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. How did you get here, Rend?
I get to a lot of places. I am old.
I know this feeling.
Those
Very
don't
true.
correlate. Okay.
Typically, when thou getst older, thou
Briv.
canst get around as well.
Oh,
Rend
I get
is
around
not
very
a
well the older I get.
though.
I've been to many places. I can't recall all of them, and not all of me has been to all the places.
Wait a second. So I'm really confused. Is Rend here to help us, or is Rend the thing that was stolen but then not stolen? What's going on?
I have not been
Rend,
stolen.
I am
is
so
Whittle here?
confused.
I am not the thing that was stolen. Was something stolen? I am just Rend. I am here to help.
Rend's here to help, guys. We're gonna do great.
Rend,
Yes.
is Whittle here?
No. She is probably around though.
Oh.
Hopefully not murdering anyone.
Okay, Mr. Gnome people, can we do are we going to the up in the sky now?
Now? Where are we going now? And in a panic, Orkira's like, wait, I was supposed to do this earlier. And she's going to cast Death Ward on the halflings. Really? Immediately. Both 4th level spells gone. She's like, I meant to do this last time. This is bad. Boom, boom. Death Ward, both of you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my rituals out of the way so everyone has on. I can throw on water breathing for everyone, just to be prepared for that.
Oh.
Alyndra,
And I don't know if it'll come in handy. Yes.
they were talking about flying fortresses, and of all of us, you probably know most about those kind of things and flying them. How do we take them down?
Do I know how to take them down?
There's usually a central hub.
Okay.
Yeah.
I explain that. The way that the Storm Herald had that central tower that amplified all the power, we can get to that and attack it.
Okay.
Do we know what sort of dragons we're fighting?
Mean ones.
I do not
Well-
know. The kind that want us dead.
Do you know what color they are?
No. I
mean-
cannot.
Right.
I can understand color. Oh no, I can. I can understand color. That's right. It's morality I have trouble with. No, that's not it either.
I get those two confused sometimes too.
There is
Is it-
no
I think
correlation
it's
between
Thaco.
color and
I
morality.
think it's certainly Thaco I have trouble with.
Oh, bend bars, lift gates, man. No, I never could. I just was like, and it just
No.
wouldn't. I don't.
You have the two stats. It's really confusing sometimes.
Okay, so we have to get up to the flying place then?
Is it here?
We are in a flying place right
So
now.
we're in a flying place and we're gonna
We
go
are?
to other flying places.
We are?
That makes sense. But we are not under attack at the moment. So we are fine.
I thought we were bringing the attack.
Yeah, let's hit them first.
No, we're bringing the defense, right? We're here defending.
Oh man, we are all so confused.
No, our
Is someone going to
responsibility
bring the
here.
noise?
The quest
Turn it up.
was to
We've got
and the
Briv
funk.
so he can bring the funk.
Our responsibility is to destroy the most powerful of the enemy's flying fortresses. So whether they come to us or we go to them, that's our job.
I say hit them when they don't expect it, but I do have one question. Is our mighty vessel going to fly in the battle too, or perhaps be left here to potentially evacuate the gnomes in the event of the unthinkable?
Murray will be very helpful.
Wait,
You
The
may
name-
not wish to use your airship, which you apparently are calling Murray. It seems quite susceptible to fire.
oh, are we expecting lots of fire? Oh, right, dragons. Oh yeah, okay, thank you.
That's
It
just my
depends on
advice.
what
But
colour
you
they
can take
are.
Murray. If it's time for Murray to die, then it's his time to die.
Murray's a he? I thought ships were a she.
I
It
do
can be
not
of
know
any
the-
gender.
I do not know the gender of your ship.
Neither
have
do
not
I,
inspected
apparently.
it.
No. Also, pretty much everybody except for me is susceptible to fire, and even I am. So really, we're all in the same boat.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Is Rarv on the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, we should probably tell Rarv to go somewhere safe, and then he can be backup plan.
You hear in the distance, "Everybody, they're coming!" There's this tiny gnome way like 100 yards in the distance that kind of looks like a gnome, but it has kind of sharp, pointy teeth and like goggles on at the same time. Kind of a noblin. And
Aw,
you've
so
seen
cute.
photos of this creature before. It's Whittle. And
Wait a minute.
alarms go off, and suddenly the doors start opening up to the ice cavern.
Excuse us, dragon friends. Our ship is apparently susceptible to fire. So is it possible for us to all ride on one of you? Like, anybody want? Can I look small, but believe me, I'm pretty handy with it. I pull out the gun, like.
You won't is a bit strange looking, but yeah, you can ride on my back. I mean, we have multiple dragons. If you want to take multiple dragons, that's okay as well.
I'm like, no, I'm sure you're very nice, but I'm looking for someone with a little more je ne sais quoi.
Oh my goodness, Freely, just get on one.
I try and find the friendliest looking brass dragon of the bunch.
You get hit by a tail. And you get knocked to the ground again, and you just get flattened in the snow and ice.
You
I'm
want to
sorry.
be fairly
I shall ride
impertinent.
that
If I
one.
had more je ne sais quoi, I might have been able not to hit you with my gigantic tail.
I'm
I
gonna
hope
help.
you understand.
I'm
That
gonna
one's Briv's.
I'll
help
climb
freely
up.
up and then say,
Yeah, you know how you talk about all dragons being. Yeah, here we go. Probably best to just go along with what we have to.
Okay,
and-
all right, okay. I climb on. I'd be like, oh man, and I just like rest the barrel on the back of his head. Be like, be a real shame if this thing were to misfire. Let's go.
Wow.
Everyone name your dragon. If you're taking a dragon, name the dragon.
I seek the stoutest dragon in this cave. I just yell that out. And see if any volunteers come up.
Yeah. What you want?
Hello, Theo. That is thy name, correct?
That is correct. I'm surprised that you knew.
I have the slight divine power within me, and I was presciently aware of thy name.
I don't know if that's a word.
I make up words all the time. All words are made up.
The
That's
little
right.
known dialect of Orc.
And so, Theo, thou shalt be mine mighty steed.
All right.
Let's
As long
do
as you have my
this.
back, that is fine.
As I said before to thine friend, I shall be upon thine back, and so I have it.
Very good. All right. Anyone else? What are the name of your dragons?
Bobby Lito.
Bonito.
Bobby Leto.
B-A-B-I space L-E-T-O. It means something.
All right. Anyone else?
Yes, I go with Dathalark. Lark.
Dathalark Lark?
Yeah, just Lark is the nickname.
Lark. Okay, Lark is the name. Okay, next.
Flamio.
Flamio.
Flamio, good sir. The cutest, littlest one.
Yeah, Flamio is very tiny. He has a little poof.
Rend.
It's a little fire. It's mainly smoke.
It's
He is
adorable.
Flamio is the runt of the litter.
Yay.
And who else?
So Orkira doesn't want to have anything to do with any of these dragons, but she also recognizes that they can fly faster than she can. So she stands there awkwardly, looking upset at herself until Naxalanthus comes on over. And so she will...
Next to Lanthus?
Naxalanthus.
Naxalanthus.
He goes by Nax, and they both have that weird, awkward conversational moment of like, "Are we? So you want to? Yeah, whatever. All right, fine, let's do this." But by the time we're flying, Nax is probably chattering her ear off, and
Okay. You do notice all the brass dragons are extremely talkative and telling you about their days, about the days before that. And it's kind of a circular conversation that sometimes, like when you talk to very, very, very old people, but they need to tell you exactly what store they were in and what state, and then they're not quite sure what city it was though, and then they have to like backtrack and get back around to that point.
Some weather we're having here.
Yes.
I feel like you were just idly here, just like, oh yeah, man, I was a mind flayer for a while. It was crazy. Just like...
It's almost like a din because they're all excited to get into battle. But yeah, the conversations are like just going blue, blue, blue.
And then there were unicorns, and it was an army of unicorns, and it was so great.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
we've
were in
been playing-
hell, and we
we've
had
been
to talk
playing
to
a
this
long time.
mechanic.
Oh, you like marshmallows too? That's great. I'll give you some later. Before we all get too far away, Orkira is going to, however possible she can, shepherd everybody just before we take off to within 30 feet of her, and she's going to cast Beacon of Hope. So,
What does that do?
So choose any number of creatures within range, which
Wow.
I'm hoping I can get everybody of my friends and the dragons we are riding for the duration, which is 1 minute, which is why I'm like right before we leave. Each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws and regains any maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
Wow.
I
Those
will
things.
be concentrating
That's
on that
Amazing.
because she's freaking out. She doesn't want anyone to die. So that's what she's going to be doing.
At this exact moment, the entire structure is rocked by what you can see through this white glass wall in front of you. You see flames on the other side of it just roar against the side of the wall as some massive shadowy object flies by at the same moment. They are attempting to melt down the fortress that you're in right now.
Oh no. What do we do?
I look at Alyndra and I'm like, all right, I know you're gonna figure out something smart. Time to go to work. So bardic inspiration to Alyndra, and I just like
Thank
kick
you.
my dragon like, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
It's a D8 for you now, right?
It's still 6.
As they are all taking off, I'm going to in Draconic yell to all of the dragons, you might be immune to fire, but they're not. Be careful, please.
Before,
I cast Bless on everyone.
yeah, and before anybody really gets out there, I'm gonna be like,
I know it works with fire.
and I cast Sleet Storm out there.
Ooh.
All right, is everyone done casting their spells? Are we going to actually get into this battle? Everyone done buffing everyone?
You
I'm
know,
waiting for you, man. Let's go.
Let the
quick
sleep
question.
happen.
Did you say Whittle arrived?
Yeah.
Before we do all of this, should we talk to Whittle?
I don't know if
She
we
is
have.
screaming and barking orders and like firing off her gun, trying to get everyone, like all the gnomes, onto all of the dragons. All these tiny gnomes are like climbing up dragon tails and wings and getting on top of them with their various strange, magical wands, other like kind of like gunpowder like looking devices, all kinds of weird gadgets that they have ready to try and protect their dragons. There's a couple of groups of gnomes, and they all seem to have shields as well. So they're ready to like the shields actually. They're doing test runs, and when they hunch down onto the dragon, the shield perfectly locks down on top. So
it's a
that they
gnome
kind
phalanx.
of become part of the dragon.
Ooh.
That's really cool.
That is pretty cool.
I thought I had to get eaten to be part of a dragon.
There's still time. There's still
No.
time for you.
I told you
No.
I'm waiting on you. Let's go.
All right,
Nope.
that's here. The
Can we
final
find-
layer of the wall melts down, and
What?
Penelope Halfpint casts Sleet Storm and catches a red dragon in the middle of it. What is the damage on that?
It's actually no damage, but all fire is doused, so they can't use their
Oh.
fire, and everything is heavily obscured, so they probably have not really great sight.
Okay, yeah. You see shadows moving, but one after another, the brass dragons shoot through the sleet storm, which is providing them cover from being hit right away.
Do we
All right.
see the target floating city thing?
Immediately, Briv, your entire beard and your hair fills with ice from the sleet storm that Penelope Halfpint has cast. The same for anyone else. You may have icicles in your hair if you have it. Or Kira, your horns are horribly cold. And you almost have like an ice cream headache. It just travels down your horns to your actual skull. And you pass through, and you don't see 3 flying fortresses. You see maybe 23. All in the air, approaching the fortress.
All
And
right,
just
so
swarms of dragons. You see blue and red and white dragons flying through the air, as well as green ones, all headed towards the base.
I had a
right.
nightmare like this once.
that's like it's like 5 each, no problem.
Or Kira just
Oh.
looks at Freely.
I would like, or you let me know if I can roll an insight check to attempt to see like, is there a pattern around like where they're coming from, or is there like I'm attempting to figure out if any one of these ships is more important than the rest, just based
Okay,
on
go ahead
seeing
and
their
roll me an
A
formation.
insight check, yeah.
mothership.
That is 16.
Yes.
Hey,
There is one ginormous flying fortress that is actually made out of pure ice. That just looks like a giant iceberg has like been torn loose and is floating in the sky. And a bulk of the dragons are coming from it.
you guys, I think it's that one. No, not that one, but like that one.
Oh, that icy one?
Yeah, the iciest. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
I think we
The
brought fire
dragon
to an ice fight.
in charge of the phalanx.
You've all been handed by the gnomes, because you have some gnomes on each of your dragons, a weird kind of electronic device that has like long weird wires that leads to a giant backpack, and when you talk into this, it acts as a sending stone to the rest of the people with them, so you can communicate to each other via your separate dragons.
Since I've got. Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just trying to think.
Since I've got all this white in my hair and my hair looks all crazy right now, I'm exclusively referring to my gnome as Marty. Marty, we gotta get through to that fortress, Marty.
Does there seem to be a commander
Uh,
of the dragon phalanx?
There are several commanders. There's like wing commanders for each of the brass dragons. You are in your own kind of group, like the let's see if they do well kind of group. So you don't really have a commander as such. But you do see Rend and also Whittle on top of an actually fully automated constructed dragon that is
Ooh.
What?
yes,
That
it
is so cool.
a complete construct with like fire belching out of the back of it
That's
to propel it.
awesome.
Yeah.
So cool.
I feel like if we look close, there's lots of little gnomes on bicycles.
Yeah, there's goblins and gnomes inside. Just, are we there?
As soon as Freely starts seeing things, I just start Eldritch blasting.
Okay.
Like just the moment there's targets, he just.
I need everyone to start rolling initiative.
Woohoo! Yeah. Plus. Putting it in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Big old 16.
Big old 8.
Oh yeah, me too. Oh,
Me
look at
as
us.
well.
We all got 8s.
What?
9.
We're on the same page.
Briv.
Oh no.
Briv's like 27.
Has Orkira
That's okay.
ever 20? Wait, what? Oh, what is happening?
We're lulling them out. We're luring them out. That's what
Yes.
we're doing.
We
Very-
want
Taking
them
the moment
attack
to
first.
survey the battlefield and
think I
get
know why-
information.
I think
and-
I know why they
Tactical
sent-
advantage.
That's why you don't
Exactly.
have a wing commander.
Hmm.
Adam.
Briv is our wing commander.
What is happening? All right.
Sometimes
I mean,
it's
the
20,
ones who
some-
don't charge in, the ones who charge in last tend to live every battle. So I guess good on
Trying.
you. Yeah, you take off and you notice like all of the dragons are like well ahead of you as they like
Fine.
clash. And some of the dragons immediately strike. Like you see a gold dragon hit a red dragon, and they immediately start falling down through the air as they are grasping and clawing and biting at each other, swirling down at this exact same moment. And it's just like seeing two mass. The air is thick with dragons. It's almost deafening, the sound of constant wings battering air around, and the roars and the screams, and you see fireballs explode, and poison gas just erupts over one of the silver dragons and hits all of the gnomes, and they immediately put on these breathing devices and goggles. But the dragon's having trouble breathing because it's covered in this green viscous gas that just came out of the green dragon. And it's just like a riot of color. And if it was not a full-on war, it might actually be pretty. But it's kind of horrifying right now. And now attack rolls.
Oh boy.
From us or against us?
Is it against our dragons or us?
Or Kano Dose?
B Dave, you get to go first, actually.
Oh, freely is just double time. I'm gonna ask the dragon to just double time it, punch a hole through to that fortress. So I'm only like attacking whatever is like between us and the fortress.
All right, I'll get us there. And it
Okay.
just heads directly. Bobby Lito heads right for that particular fortress, trying to dodge in and out of various battles that are now taking place above and below you.
Yeah,
And I need because you are on the dragon, you're able to control the dragon fear that is out there right now, being kind of like wafting off all of the dragons. And that's the only reason why you're able to hold it together. If you were like on the back of a griffin or something like that, you might be freaking out.
I have advantage against being frightened. I am a very brave halfling.
Yes.
But I'm only Eldritch blasting too. I'm not using the rifle. I'm just like
Okay,
I'm trying to punch a hole.
there is a white dragon directly above you, trying to descend with its claws right on top of you at this very moment.
Go freely.
If he's coming down, I am going to. I don't know if it's that close. I will use the gun. I'm like, but you walk up. Let's see. That is a natural 20.
Oh. Everyone in chat gets a chance to win a legendary bundle because B Dave rolled a 20.
There it is, which is a number of dice. So come, I'll tell you when I have it.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
Okay, right. I'm like, boom. Right.
So good.
All right.
All right, now for the rest of you.
Oh yes.
That was a natural 20, everyone. Sorry. Yeah.
Boo.
I mean, yay!
Yay, boo.
You and your dragon Theo get hit by a red dragon. It's a fiery red. It just kind of descends right in front of you and your brass dragon Theo, and just belches a giant ball of fire in your face.
Death ward. You have death ward.
No.
No,
Wait,
I'm
who is
fine.
this
Is it up
again?
Wait,
already?
who's attacking?
Briv and Theo
Oh,
So no,
are
this
being
is
attacked.
I'm fine.
no. I didn't go for Briv because Briv has like
yeah, he's a tank.
well, and also
And he has his
he can,
orcish.
he can do Death Ward once by himself, kind of,
Oh,
and Alyndra can heal herself. So that was Orkira's
Not
reasoning, but she's still
much,
unhappy.
But sure.
Yeah, but I've only
Briv,
got
go
two.
ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. Even though you're on the back of the dragon, you can like try to guard by like shifting yourself behind the dragon for cover.
Very big. Let me see what the 25.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, you're successful. You need a 19, so. Okay.
Paladin, very charismatic.
You take half damage, so that makes the crit easy. Easier.
Your dragon would
And-
get your paladin buff, right?
Conceivably, yes.
You take 56 points of damage.
How much?
56. As the fire hits kind of wafts around you, and you
Yikes.
can kind of feel some of the hairs that were covered in ice and your beard and your hair have now singed, and you're definitely not cold. And the brass dragon scales themselves are kind of glowing, almost white hot as well. But your brass dragon Theo seems to be weathering the fire just fine.
What does your thing do, Lauren? That you
You-
cast?
When you hit 0, you will instead go to 1.
Okay.
So yeah, if you ever get hit with an attack that drops you below 0, you just then go to 1 hit point
Okay,
once in the next 8 hours.
cool.
Alyndra, I need you to make a saving throw.
Oh, she had to walk away for a second.
Oh, she did. Sorry.
But B-Dave has all the damage in the world.
It's
Since
50
everyone has the same initiative, that's okay.
Yeah.
Penelope, I need a saving throw from you.
Dang it!
Are any of these within 30 feet of me?
What kind of saving throw?
What kind of
No,
saving
you're
throw?
not
And
really
everyone
within
has
30 feet.
Bless on
You
and
need
Beacon of Hope.
I need a Constitution saving throw for 14.
Oh,
So
boy.
use bless. You are blessed.
So what is that again? At the D4?
D4.
D4. Please, give me. 16.
You succeeded.
Hey.
You take 21 points of poison damage as green, just the entire air in front of your brass dragon fills with green gas, and this green dragon's poisonous gas just kind of clings to your face and your kind of weird ghillie suit that you formed around yourself, which is keeping you quite warm actually in this winter environment.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're choking on what feels like chlorine gas. It is just awful and caustic, and it's in your eyes and everything else.
Crying out.
Yeah,
I
you take
fail.
21 points of poison damage.
Copy that. Poison.
You fail.
miserably. I got an 8.
You have
But as a
you have
reaction, I am going to cast Absorb Elements. So
Okay.
Don't forget you have your bardic inspiration if that's relevant to I was
You
reading
take
my steps.
45 points of
And
cold
it-
damage.
oh my gosh. Right, as a reaction, I absorb some of the incoming energy. I can add a d6. I'm going to go ahead and cast that at 3rd level.
Okay.
Oof.
So,
And that's a white dragon that has
Ooh.
come up beneath you and your brass dragon and just exuded just cold energy all over you. It's cold breath, just freezing, and you feel frost even clinging to your eyes at the same
so
moment.
I will have resistance to cold until my next turn.
Okay.
And I'll do extra damage.
When you are ready, I have the damage from when I shot that white one. Just let me know.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me what that damage is.
That was 52 points.
You just blow a hole like right.
Oh
it's
my
like,
god.
You're not waiting to find like that one scale that's missing. You made scales not missing. So
It's true.
You just get rained by white dragon scales all over your face, and you hear it just scream and retch at the same time, and it attempts to now move away. It doesn't know what it's been hit by, but it's horrified and doesn't want anything to do with that.
I actually try and gather up some of those scales because I think my friends might be able to do something with it. I have no concept of how that works, but I'm just sort of like
one of the white dragon scales is as good as a shield for you. Being
all right,
so yeah, you grab one of those. Yeah, that white dragon is already like it's still smoking and it's just heading to land on the ground. It is out of the fight.
I just yell like, "That's right!" Okay, sorry.
As you do, Orkira.
Oh, hi.
You and your wonderful brass dragon, Naxalthanis.
Yeah, what are we being attacked by?
You are also being attacked by a white dragon that is actually just attempting to run directly into your brass dragon.
Okay,
White dragons are not known for their tactics necessarily, and this one seems to be the dullest of the white dragons.
Yeah, he can still do a lot of damage. So I'm going to warding flare this attack so that he has disadvantage on the attack.
It is more of a cold breath saving throw situation. I need you to make it a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I thought he was running.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's also attempting to ram your dragon as well.
I'm sorry, is that a Constitution saving throw?
Yes. Yeah. 15.
Ooh, I think I make it. So yeah, with the bless, I get a 19.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay. You
So
take 23 points of damage.
Yeah. 20, you said?
Yeah, you're for a single moment, you are like covered completely in ice. Like when you see someone leave a sprinkler on and it gets cold outside, like the entire tree just has a weird layer of ice. That
That's
is like for a
beautiful.
minute, that is Orkira. And then the ice breaks off of you for a second as you flex.
I've been flocked.
You've been flocked like a Christmas tree. Yes. All right, and now you can actually take actions.
Yay!
I hope everyone lives.
Oh,
You see Freely, who you saw this white dragon certainly ready to destroy not only Freely, but you know his brass dragon, Bobby Lido. And
I love you, Bobby.
at that exact moment, you heard, even through all this, the dragon roars and the screams in the wind, you just heard this high-pitched scream from Freely, and then this massive green energy blast explode from his arm
oh my
and
god.
strike right through a white dragon as it's like left smoking and heading directly down like a biplane ready to hit the ground. It does appear that Freely is heading in a very specific direction, trying to like swerve and twist around.
So who's up next?
Yeah, who's next?
Yeah. I know we were all like
So it was
basically
Freely, then
Briv is
Briv,
next.
then the three of us.
okay.
It's my turn.
Yes.
What? I'm still on the dragon. I'm trying to reach the biggest, baddest fortress. How far away am I from that at this point?
You might, if you just go in a direct straight line, you may be able to like coax your dragon to get there within a round after this round. Yeah.
So what I would like to do is I would like to try to push the dragon to do that. I want to get indoors where I have some form of cover.
Okay.
And then, but as that's happening, I would like to use lay on hands on myself, and I just kind of clutch my
In public?
clutch my chest hair a little
It's
bit,
the nipples.
and massage the nipple and
Oh my God.
and lay on hands.
Every game the last 30 days has been.
You knew
this.
what we were. You knew what we were when you assembled us.
This is all true. This is what we can do.
Is that all possible, Todd?
Yes, you can
Okay.
do all of that.
All right. So I say, Theo, we must get indoors where I have some cover. And then just kind of, I don't spur or anything because Theo gets it.
Okay. All right. I understand. I'll take care of this. Did I tell you about that one time I got into a fight with a dragon turtle? Oh, that's crazy.
Thou soundest like a draconic Napoleon Dynamite.
No, I don't.
Vote for Bobby-Lito.
Now we have a new T-shirt.
So it's essentially doing a rush action. So it is moving now. It is horrifying, but it is moving at 160 feet per kind of second per round. And you are just like a shotgun right through dragon after dragon. And you're moving at the kind of speed with him right now where it's just a swarm of like near misses, and it's just making dexterity saving throws, just weaving in and out of battles.
That's like flooring in a supercharged Tesla or something.
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
Supercharged Tesla.
Not at all jealous watching this portly dragon rocket past me. Not at all.
Yeah. You're like
so
I had this cool
portly now.
moment, and then
Stop.
Briv like almost like caps your head off with the claws of his dragon as it just shoots by. The super like chonky, like muscled up brass dragon that's been like eating creatine or things made of creatine.
Very, very handsome dragon, though.
A lot of protein in this dragon's diet.
Yep. Want to be very clear, it's a handsome dragon. So, okay, that's your turn. That is happening. So that leads us to Alyndra. Are you good to go?
Yes. I will cast a storm sphere. So the bless goes away.
Okay.
Actually, was there one dragon that looked like the leader in particular?
There is in the distance you do see a
big
huge
hat
red
feather.
dragon with a man, it appears some humanoid dressed all in black, scale mail, and large horns sticking outside of its helmet. It
I would
appears
like
to be
to
some
get
kind of dragon high lord.
Close as I can, and then use Earthbind.
Nice.
And then as a bonus action, I would like to healing word on myself because, ouch,
Okay.
I can't take another hit. I'm in owie land.
Go ahead and roll healing word and tell me what the save is on this.
So it does not matter because I have foreseen this moment and they get to choose.
Why does anyone play anything other than diviner? Like, get those. Everyone wants a couple of levels of fighter. Get those diviner levels.
That was epic. Oh my god.
You do.
So I see in the distance this creature, and I approach it as close as I can safely approach. And I first heal myself because ouch. And then I cast. I take a pinch of my material components, and I look at it, and I point to the ground, and it slowly descends.
Slowly.
Okay, it slowly descends, and you kind of hear a scream on the wind because you've just come at the leader of all of these dragons, and you think you hear Will's voice go, "Lindy, don't!"
Yeah, boy.
But the red dragon, this ancient red dragon, immediately starts just descending with the High Lord on top of it, and it's just staring at you as it's falling through the air.
I give it our ancestral halfling gesture.
Blurring.
Right, exactly.
Minor illusion to blur that.
I'm casting censorship bar as it plummets.
Your brass dragon actually casts a giant minor illusion and makes it like cartoonily sized. Like you have giant like floating arms.
And would you count that as an attack?
What you did?
Because I have absorb elements up to do damage if I hit with them. It's a melee attack, so it's not melee. Never mind.
Yeah, you did your thing.
I did my thing.
Do you want your dragon to also attack it?
I was told not to by Widow,
What?
so I'm going to listen if she's telling me not to.
Good.
Okay.
I guess I'll
Smart.
turn around and head back if I'm not supposed to attack.
Ooh. All
Well,
right.
you're already there.
We're pushing forward. Yeah.
Yeah, we're pushing forward.
Okay.
All right. Penelope, what are you doing?
Except for Penelope, because she
What are you in Flamio?
Flamio!
Stark contrast looks like it maybe like came out of a compartment inside of Theo, the brass dragon.
We're going. So you said that this dragon is falling or being pulled to the ground, and then all the other dragons are doing what now?
Oh, they're just attacking each other. They're the two armies are just striking each other. But you do see Alyndra in the thick of all of it, and she just cast a spell on the largest dragon in this entire war, and it is now falling to the ground.
Okay, so there isn't a swarm necessarily attacking anybody or following the dragon, yeah?
No,
Okay.
I mean there are
alright.
plenty of dragons nearby.
Penelope would like to. Oh no, I lost my die. Okay, Penelope would like to. How could she get in her action move close to that dragon that's falling?
You can make it right now.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna fly through it, and we're gonna kind of get like almost kind of in front of it as it's falling, and we're gonna turn backwards as we're flying backwards, and Penelope's just gonna say, "Bring the flame." And we're going to cast, well, the dragon's going to do fire breath for 12d6 damage.
All right, roll it.
Okay, well, I lost one of my d6s. 6, 8, 10, 18. 18 plus 7. 18 plus 7, guys.
25.
25 plus
Only way to
6,
dice roller.
31. 4. Oh my God, I have to keep going. 10, 20, 31, 41, 52 points of damage.
All right, it takes half. Yeah. But yeah, fire erupts, and immediately the dragon High Lord tries to hide itself behind the red dragon as the flames just cover all over it at the same time.
I speak into my sending zone and I say, "Don't attack it. Whittle told us not to."
Why? It's evil.
Whittle, why?
You'll die!
Die. Oh, I'm not worried about
Orkira,
that.
what are you and Naxophilanthropus doing?
Occupational hazard.
We're being worried about people dying. Okay, I see Briv heal himself. I see Alyndra do a little bit of healing. How does everybody else look as this is happening? How do y'all look?
Happy.
Alyndra is smoking.
Alyndra's in bad shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alyndra's always smoking.
It just depends which culture she's with.
All right.
So wait, sorry, go ahead.
No, do you need to do something else also?
Wait, is the dragon my turn, or is it the dragon and me? How's that work?
You had an action as well. Yeah, so yeah, you both can do a thing. Like you can do a thing and the dragon can do a thing.
Oh, okay. Is it now or later?
Now.
Okay. Sorry, Kira.
No, it's all right. Sorry, I wasn't clear about that. We don't ride dragons a lot.
Okay.
No, that's okay. I'm going to take a second. I'm going to look at the overlay to see how healed everybody needs to be.
It's actually pretty good use of that.
Yeah, that is.
Which extension metagaming?
So we're
not metagaming. It's knowing. I can see all of you.
Tools.
Exactly.
Penelope has had her dragon just let all this flame out, and then she's going to also cast Blight upon it.
Okay, what does Blight do? What's the saving throw?
The saving throw is a Constitution 14, and they'll take either half or all of an 8d8 damage as the necrotic energy washes over them.
It
sucking
definitely
their vitality.
saved.
Okay, so you're gonna need to do 8d8. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 18. 18 plus 8 is 26. And one more. And 26 plus 8, 43? 43? Is that right? No, 44. I don't know.
No, okay, well, okay,
26,
so it takes
26,
22 points
42.
of damage.
Yes.
Right? Wow.
Wait, 46 doubled?
No, 40.
What was
No, not doubled.
That's halved. It's halved.
Oh.
So 43?
Mm-hmm.
43 necrotic damage to the dragon?
The dragon or the rider?
Yeah,
Well, that one would be going to the rider. I'd be attacking the rider. Yeah.
Okay, you hit the rider, and the rider immediately like holds its side, and you see like its super muscled up arms just turn blackened and gross as it becomes this kind of, its right arm is like not whittled, but just kind of shrinks with necrotic energy and withers before you. Okay,
Yes.
that's your action.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bobby
Orkira.
Lido.
Oh, did Orkira ever act?
Oh yeah, Orkira.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I take a quick look at everybody, and I'm gonna ask my dragon. Despite the fact that I'm like, I thought we were going for. Yeah, all right, no, we're going this way. All right, we're going to fly after everybody attacking this big giant dragon. I'm gonna get within 60 feet of Alyndra, and I'm going to cast the one that I could do from 60 feet, Healing Word. I'm gonna do it at 3rd level, and I did check earlier when I got hit to make sure I was still concentrating on my spell. Beacon of Hope, I still am, because I actually rolled really well on that. So instead of having to roll my my healing, you just get the max amount of healing.
Yay.
So Healing Word is 1d4 plus 4 at 1st level, but I'm doing it at 3rd. So it is going to be
16?
Yeah, thank you.
44 plus 4.
3d4 plus 4.
B. Dave's our math person now.
16. So I realized I made a mistake. I'm actually at 15.
It's actually
so
20.
I'm going to add,
Okay.
so I should add
Yeah.
20 minus the 3 that I made the mistake on. Okay. So
Yeah, if any of you
thank
healing,
you.
yes, so you get 20 hit points back from that, and just I don't know, Briv, if this matters at all, but I believe they redeemed. Yeah, if you've healed yourself, I don't know how it would work with lay on hands, but anybody who heals themselves, you get the maximum amount of healing that you want out of that. So if you any of that, so I'm concentrating on the spell. That's my bonus action.
Ooh.
What do you want your dragon to do?
Fly as close to Alyndra as possible.
You've already done that. You
Okay.
can still make an attack if you want. You can either make a multi-attack or you can do a breath weapon attack.
I don't want to get close to this thing. I thought we were going to the flying fortress thing.
Yeah. Briv's already there.
Yeah.
Freely's
he's
heading
already-
that way. Yeah.
Okay, then I think like for my action, I would like to hold another healing in case someone gets attacked, and for my dragon, can we hold a movement to shepherd everybody, because I need to stay close to everybody for healing.
I think you're the end of the turn. The dragons have attacked and we've all acted. I
you're
think
the end of the turn.
Yes, but Orkira doesn't trust that everybody's turning around and leaving just yet. So, yes, I would like to use my action, the dragon's action, to hold our actions to leave with everybody.
Okay. You can do so.
Okay. And
So
that's all she's going to do.
Just to be clear, everyone is leaving which direction?
I'm going to the fortress, and I think you're going to the fortress.
Yeah,
I think they're
I'm
not
already
going to the
inside
fortress.
Yeah, okay, so just
Yeah,
making
trying to
sure. Yeah, okay.
leave General Dragon and go to specific fortress thing. That's what I think.
Okay.
That's what Orkira thinks we're doing.
Okay. B Dave, you get to the fortress about the same time that Briv does.
Yeah.
You're already there.
Is there a visible point? I mean, I realize it's a fortress. Is there like any place that looks like a point of entry, or do we need to make one?
Doesn't look like there is a point of entry that you can see where like dragons are flying out, but that might be ill-advised.
Or
Or if they departed the hold and the hole's empty.
highly advised. Yeah. But I mean, that does seem to be the only place where there's an entry point. I mean, again,
Well,
I
the
realize
entire fortress is made out of ice, and you are on top of a brass dragon.
I know that's I see where you're headed with this, but I feel like they thought of that also. Just one because we said Alyndra tells us about the fortresses. Did she give me any insight of like where I might breathe fire on it? Because we said we talked about it, but we didn't talk about it.
So there should be a central kind of pillar thing where everything is controlled.
Okay.
So that's a control center is what we're looking for.
Incredibly relevant question. Okay. All right. Well, wherever I think it is going to, wherever it looks like a good point, I'm just like, hit it. Fire breath.
Okay.
Yep.
You kind of, your brass dragon, but sorry. That's what Pepsi sounds like. Your brass dragon grabs onto the side of the wall and starts breathing flame, and you start melting a tunnel right through the ice wall of this fortress.
Does it look big enough for me to go through just yet?
Not yet, no.
Then I'm going to whip around. Can the plummeting dragon, is it within range if I shoot it? Is it within 120 feet? Because he's doing his job.
You have disadvantage. He can make an attack roll. The red dragon that's plummeting?
Yeah, I mean the boss dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can make a crazy shot. I mean, there's like dragons flying through the air. I mean, it is just like mass hysteria.
Then I'm just going to get just Eldritch Blast. I'm just basically trying to cover my guy.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Different plan. I'm going to use the hide action because I'm a halfling. As long as there's a creature one size larger than me.
Nice.
So while he's breathing fire to the hold, I'm just gonna be like under a wing there. Like,
you just tuck under the wing.
Yeah, I'm like,
taking inspiration from the gnomes we saw earlier at the thing.
So anything that attacks me has disadvantage.
I just have this like immense dragon like bat wing, and there's this behind breathing flames into the side of a wall, and there's this tiny freely with his gun, like, I will shoot you.
Yeah,
and it will leave holes.
Yeah,
all right,
that's Freely's action.
You definitely have half cover. Congratulations.
Okay.
It's your cowardly action.
Yeah. It's a hide tactical action. Thank you. It's a hide action.
All right.
Okay. That's it for me.
Alyndra, you are being hit.
Warding flare, whatever's going after her.
Immediately, a white dragon strafes down, trying to protect the Dragon High Lord at this exact same moment. I need you to make a saving throw. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I will also absorb elements on this.
And it's a
As a
DC
reaction.
15.
I'm on D4. 15 plus con. 17.
Okay, you take half damage. So you're going to take 23 points of cold damage. Plus, are you resistant to cold damage right now?
I am until my next turn, so I take half of that.
Okay. So you take half damage from that. And your skin, I expect, almost like kind of like creates frost around it in reaction to the frost.
Mm-hmm. I am prepared for this moment.
Okay. Okay, that's one.
Okay, good.
Penelope, you take 15 points of clawing damage from a dragon nearby. It just scrapes the top of you in tiny Flameo at the same time.
Oh, Flameo. I'll take it. I'm tough. I'm a tough halfling.
You're a tough halfling.
Only kind of halflings there are.
Yeah, represent.
Orkira, you take 22 points of piercing damage.
I will warding flare whatever is attacking me.
Okay, go ahead.
They have disadvantage on the attack.
All attacks or just this attack?
You can use your actions on the attack roll, so it'd be the next attack. So
This one
whatever this
still
attack
hits.
is. Oh yeah,
Sorry.
that's fine. How much?
No.
How much was that?
Oh no.
He's still doing.
It was 24, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, 24 points of damage. Sorry.
Okay.
How's Orkira doing?
Panicked.
Okay.
Wait. If Orkira goes down, do we lose our thing of hope thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no.
It's 'cause
protect
it's
Orkira.
concentration.
Oh
All right, we're on to Briv. Briv,
If Orkira goes- Oh.
Briv, what are you doing?
I am so has Freely made a hole yet?
Yeah, he's definitely made a large
Okay.
hole now.
I'm
into the ice.
gonna fly through, assess what I see initially.
Hey!
You. yeah. The dragon has to like duck.
Theo and Briv coming through. Get on the
And
Briv train. Choo choo.
you bust through the ice, and your dragon loses its footing and just immediately slides through all of these goblins who are in the hallway on the other side of this wall, and there's just like a green smear of blood as you're just like squishing through, and at the same time Theo is breathing fire and just kind of swirling around and burning as things are going.
How
And you
about
are now
thee?
inside.
All right. Are there any opponents?
Yeah, there's tons of goblins.
So they're just goblins everywhere.
Yeah. Crossbows.
Oh, they do
spears,
have crossbows.
poles. Yeah. There are some humans as well. There's some kobolds.
So I just where I can get us how many individuals are we talking about here? I'm trying to assess if I'm dying in the next 6 seconds or
everything's been pretty much destroyed behind you. Ahead of you is about 43 different creatures, but you are on top of the dragon.
Okay. So I am going to as that's happening and as that destruction is occurring, Briv is going to attempt to stand on the back of Theo.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to get some metal to come out of my feet to grasp onto the scales a little bit to stabilize myself a little bit, and then essentially I'm just going to brandish my greatsword and say, "Now who's next? Or art thou going to flee?" And then I'm trying to intimidate as many of them as I can.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an intimidation roll, and you can still have your dragon do something. Take an action.
Excellent.
I mean, he's on top of a dragon. You have some advantage.
You have advantage. I will
There
give
we
you
go.
advantage.
And I don't think I'm gonna need that advantage. No need for a second roll. That is a 20.
Hey!
Someone in chat right now can win a legendary bundle.
You're welcome.
The
And
most
so that's
intimidating bundle.
that is a 27 on the intimidate check.
Oh my god.
And basically, if can the dragon breathe again, or
Yeah, it can breathe.
well, okay. So I'm going to intimidate.
Well, roll me a 1d6 so we do this proper. If you got a 5 or a 6, it can breathe again.
Got it. Okay. All right. And I got a 5.
Okay.
5.
So you can breathe.
Yes. So, all right. So actually, the order of events here is I would prefer as the green smear just comes behind Theo.
Yeah.
I just essentially pat Theo on his jaws here, and I'm basically like, all right, Theo, one more time. And then I want him to just rear up, get ready to breathe while I'm standing and securing myself. And then whatever's left after he breathes, that's when I'm doing the intimidation. And then I'm going to see who's left.
Okay, that's acceptable.
That's pretty epic.
They need to take a collective dexterity saving throw.
I feel like Dragon's Breath is intimidating.
That's a 2.
They're like, surely the dragon can't do it again.
Do you want to roll it, or do you just want to do flat damage?
Flat damage is fine. These
Yeah.
are little scrubs.
75% of them go up in flames, screaming as like a 40-foot line, 5 foot wide, of fire just erupts through the center of the entire garrison and just burns through them.
Is there any opportunity for me to, like pull some Pat Rothfuss BS here? Possibly.
Yes.
I have an ability called Mighty Deed.
I don't know. I've already been through a lot of Patrick Rothfuss.
I know you have, but listen, like, I out Paladined him the last time we played together, so I probably deserve this. But anyway, so Mighty Deed, and basically if I reduce a creature to 0 hit points. Now, technically, this is Theo doing it to a whole lot of people. Okay,
I will allow it.
But basically, all the rest of them have to, like, that are not intimidated, have to succeed at a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened.
You know what? I have foreseen this moment, and they definitely are frightened because it's a fall.
They're so scared.
You
the
have
dragon
to be
is-
there. You
my
have to be
portents for
there.
the day.
Yeah,
Have to be
you
there?
can't. You can't see him. You kind of have to be there for that.
Although, does not the dragon also have a frightening presence?
No, it's all. They're all afraid.
Okay, right.
They're all.
I mean,
running.
it should be. Yes.
I mean, even logically, if they're not intimidated, they're not.
Right.
They're not stupid.
Right. True.
Like, this is not
They
working
just
out.
have me like showing up in their mind, like right at their ear. I'm Briv. I'm Briv.
That's less
Be
intimidating, more
brave.
creepy.
True. They're like putting me down for scared and turned on. Actually.
Okay, there it is.
Mm.
Alyndra, what is your action?
I would like to cast a storm sphere, which is going to be a large area of damage. It is a 20-foot radius. It's a 40-foot sphere of whirling air spinning into existence. And I can use my bonus action to cause a bolt of lightning to leap up and attack a creature within 60 feet of the center.
Okay, and who are you doing this to?
What's around here?
Well, the Dragon High Lord is still falling.
Well, then he's out of my way. So I need to worry about the ones that are here.
Okay.
I think is the way I'm thinking about it. Is if the commander's gone.
All right. Pick a target. There is the white dragon that just attacked you.
Right. Okay, then let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
So it'll spring into existence. I can keep it up. So it needs to make a strength save initially. The area in front of me now is difficult terrain.
What's the saving throw? You got 17.
Okay, they will succeed, so they don't take the bludgeoning. But
Okay.
as a bonus action, I will make a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
Here, I will use my bardic inspiration.
Hey.
Armor class is 17.
Class is 17. So that will hit,
Okay.
and it's going to take 2d6 bludgeoning plus then from the absorb elements, which was a 3rd level, it is going to take an additional set of damage. So it's going to take 4d6 of that. So, what did I say it was?
Is it considered to be cold damage? Because if so, it'll be half.
It is,
Okay, it'll be half
but
that.
it's going to be an extra 4d6 of that. So
Okay.
the lightning hits. And I have advantage on the attack if the target's in the sphere when I hit it. So it's going to take 4d6 of lightning. So 2, 6, 9 plus. So it's 9 lightning plus 9.
Yeah.
That's some hardcore dicing going on
15.
there.
Yeah.
Plus 9 cold. That's halved.
I feel
So
like
it was
you should get
18.
an intimidation bonus just from the handful of dice that it's like, okay,
Just
right,
from the
okay,
clacky clack.
yeah, right, okay.
All right. So what was the total then?
So 9 plus 9, which is the halved amount.
Okay, perfect. All right,
18
Flamio and
damage
Penelope,
today.
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Okay. So I don't.
And can I move toward everybody? I'll keep the sphere up where it is and start
Yeah.
moving.
Okay.
I will,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'll say as soon as she leaves, that's what Nax and I were holding our actions to do. So we will start to follow, looking back at Penelope. So these are our held actions, being like, all right, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Penelope, I guess, sees that, and she will always listen to Orkira most of the time. And she'll-
Thank you.
Come on, Flamio, we've got to go. And I'd like to use my full. I can get 80 feet in a move with my dragon. So can I catch up to Orkira?
Yes, you can.
Okay, then for my action, I'm gonna grab like one side of Flamio and go, and we're gonna go upside down.
What are you
I'm gonna
doing?
I'm gonna go, Orkira, grab my hand, and
And I
do
will always
it!
listen to Penelope because so I.
Wait, okay.
But she
And-
gives you the most confused look, like.
And as I touch her, I cast Cure Wounds at a 3rd level.
Okay,
Nice.
go and roll.
She
So
doesn't
that'll
have
be-
to. I made my save earlier. You still get maximum amount of healing. So
Hey.
so what is
Well-
that?
That's 11 points.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Penelope, I need you to make a perception check.
Woohoo. Oh, great. It's a 5.
Okay, no, everything seems to
Your
be
dragon
fine.
might catch it though. Dragons are pretty perceptive.
Yeah, have your dragon make a perception check.
Yay, dragons. Okay, dragon, what you got? What you
Yay,
got? Okay,
dragons.
so that is perception. What is that perception? Oh, plus 5. Okay, that's 18.
You hear the gravelly voice come from Flamio. Something is wrong.
Penelope,
And-
oh no.
Yeah. You immediately see the Dragon High Lord on the back of Orkira's dragon.
What?
Oh no, I
And
think I
just-
know what happened.
Wings erupt on its back at the same time as it's coming up behind Orkira.
Um,
Do I see it?
No.
You just- You just full Falcor over there. Yay!
I'm too busy looking up and Penelope like, wow. All right, thank you.
I guess as we're spinning back around, Orkira!
What?
Dang it.
Everything's
I-
fine, right? Right?
Oh yeah, everything's fine to me. I don't know if my dragon will say anything.
I think your dragon just said, yeah.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
You are struck by a mace seemingly made out of pure ice.
Oh,
And you hear, it's good to see you again, Orkira. And
Oh,
you feel this
this
bludgeoning,
a-hole.
this mace strike you in the back. And this cold energy wafts over you. And you take 15 points of damage on the first attack.
Oh. If at this point now I know there's someone there. The second attack I will warding flare so they have
Okay, go ahead and
disadvantage.
warding flare that.
'Cause now I know
Uh,
they're there, so I see them.
Very perceptive.
You missed that attack, and okay, you shoot off warding flare, and then its second mace attack completely misses. And now it's going to take a bonus action to cast spiritual weapon.
Ah, I get to keep my concentration though. I rolled well enough for that.
Do I see it?
Can you see it? No.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I have a bad feeling I know who this is and what's about to happen.
I'm so sorry. You take 29 points of damage from the spiritual hammer.
Okay.
Oh, yikes.
She goes thung and goes unconscious.
It grabs you and before you fall unconscious and just rips off its mask, and you see the face of Velisar. Have a nice trip. And just pushes Orkira off of the dragon.
And Nax
Waterfall.
catch me?
Oh, I can't see her, can I?
No.
Or can I?
Can my dragon
I
catch
think
me?
I'm the only one.
I mean, it's got to know what's going on its back, right? It sees me fall off. Can my dragon try to catch
It's flying at
Orkira?
high speed. You're just falling off of the back of a high speed moving animal. You said it was already going at full speed, so it's already like by the time you fall, it's 60 feet away from you.
Okay.
So you see Orkira just get pushed off and start descending.
Oh no.
Penelope at height.
Orkira.
All right, who's next? I think that's everyone's turn. That was
Well, it would be
Orkira.
That's the
if-
bottom of that round.
So if Penelope had
spawned
gone, it
around.
would be my turn. So Orkira would need to make a death saving throw, and then my dragon would like to do things.
Okay.
All right. So,
You are no longer in charge. Well, I'll let you be in charge of the dragon, but the dragon is unaware. I'll give you
Of-
that. So
wait,
please
the
get-
dragon's unaware of what? What's the dragon?
well, you'll have to make a perception check.
Okay.
Your dragon's back is lighter.
Okay.
Next to the lamp, this is like, oh, we caught a little bit of air. That's interesting. All right, so we're back to Bobby Lito and B Dave. You've burned a hole into the tunnel. What did you do?
Did freely notice. Well, okay, sorry, Orkira. Orkira was.
So my dragon got a 16 perception. What
Okay.
does it notice? What does an axe notice?
It knows that it's not. That's a hard one. Yeah, it definitely knows that actually the weight's about the same. For a minute, it felt like there was like a little bit more weight, but there is still technically a dragon high lord on its back, so it's not fully aware. But the perception
Hero
is
is
16.
never
It
a
smells
dragon
something
high
wrong.
lord.
It's
Oh.
aware that something's on its back, so you can like try to get it off. You can have
So it
Nexus
doesn't see-
Thalanthus try to get the thing off its back. It knows there's
Okay.
an enemy on its back.
So it doesn't see Orkira fall, but it knows there's an enemy on its back.
Yeah.
Okay. It would like to turn around, look around and be like, yo, what the? And then it's going to claw and bite and multi-attack this thing.
Nice.
I don't know if you want to roll it or if I'm going to roll it, but that's what it wants. I'm going to say that's what it wants to do.
We're gonna say that it's not the claws. It's like using its tail like a cat to like knock it off. It'll be the exact same damage as say bite. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
so-
can make a tail attack to knock it off.
Well, I get a multi-attack. So the dragon makes 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. So is this like claw, tail?
No, you can only really get the tail up there because its
He's on its
claws are
back.
beneath it. It can't really like.
Can its head whip around the claws? I'm with you, but it can things on its back.
All right, I'm gonna give this to you.
right.
I'm with
all
you
3
on the
attacks.
claws, though. I'm with
gonna
you
let
on the
do
claws.
all 3 attacks.
All right. So,
Super with you on the claws.
so that's for the tail.
Everyone's
That's a
petitioning for you.
Of course we are.
Listen, Orkira's gonna die, but Nax is gonna be my next character. It'll be great. So the tail is a 19 to hit.
Okay, that definitely
the-
hits.
So I get a tail and then a bite. You said.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be more than that because I rolled higher. And do I get 2 bites or 1 bite?
I'm
Because I
giving
get
you
3
one
attacks.
bite.
One
Yeah.
bite. Okay. So the bite and the tail hit. So that's gonna be 9. That's 20 damage on the first attack.
Oof.
10, 11, and 15 damage on the second attack. And I would assume, at least with the tail, he's trying to bat this asshole off.
What was the last hit?
Rolled like an 8 and a 3 plus 8 and 11. I think it was 15. I thought.
It's gonna do a warding flare on the 15.
All right. So, well, no, so it was a 15 damage because I had already.
Oh no!
hit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You want me to
I didn't
re-roll
say
that?
it in time. It's fine. You already rolled the damage.
You
It's okay.
you let me do it to you before, so I
no,
will.
no. It's
Okay.
not versus game.
No, it's not versus. I'm just trying to be fair. That's all. I know
you're
you've
good.
let me do it after you've already called it out. So yeah, tail, bite, and then in Draconic is because Nax doesn't know what's going on. Would probably be like, who are you? What are you doing here? What?
Okay, that's your action. All right, now we're on to B, Dave. What are you
Do I
doing?
need?
The
Well, wait,
Lori's-
hold on. I'm sorry, B. Dave. Does Orkira need to make a death saving throw?
Yes, you need to make a death save.
You're fighting for your life over here. I get it.
Natural 20. Natural
I
20.
rolled a 10, so that's a success. I'm gonna hit the
Iron-
ground and it's gonna be the worst, but at least in the air as I fall. Everything's
Oh, well,
okay.
she hit you with water breathing, so there you go. Also, ironically enough, I really did almost wear my death save shirt, and I consciously thought to myself, I don't want to jinx it, and that's why I didn't wear it. Yeah.
I will also specify the death wards that I gave. Those are not concentration. I don't even need to be on this plane of existence. So you no
Nice.
death warded.
Let me ask you this. Did Freely witness any of what just happened to Orkira?
No, you didn't see that.
Okay. All right. Well, then he doesn't know to do anything terrible. So
But we did hear Penelope over the
need
sending
a crazy
stones, though,
perception
right?
check to have seen that. So
I didn't use a sending stone.
go ahead and do
But
a
you had it
perception
on.
check.
I thought you called out.
Oh. I don't know.
We basically have walkie-talkies on.
Okay.
perception wise, that would have been 17.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, then he's going to continue the mission. I head inside, not knowing any better, following after Briv. In this time, since he's standing there looking glorious, we either fly or scramble past him, just like all over
You
him.
also slide through the goblin,
Yes.
goblin bodies. Briv, your mic seems to be off.
Thou hast to always make it weird.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. And
Yeah.
just keep pushing forward till we see something else.
All of the there are like cowering goblins everywhere. Like they're just trying to hide behind ice pillars and everything else right now. You are out of combat.
I just stop and I look at one of them and I'm like, where's the control room?
Roll persuasion or intimidation.
I'd like
I
the
feel
record to
more
show.
intimidation than anything.
I was like, I'm on the back of a dragon. So
Yeah, you get advantage to intimidation.
let's see. I'm actually better at persuasion, so I'm gonna be like, hey, friend, hey, hi. Look, I don't want anything to happen to you. Little people gotta stick together.
We'll
Just
let
where's
you
the control
off.
room? Yeah, so we can just finish this and we'll get on with our day. Because they don't care about you, man. Why are you fighting for them? And that's a 24 on my persuasion.
And there's just, like-
just idling with the gun. I'm like, no, it's cool.
There's a kobold holding a goblin, and they're
Yeah.
both shaking and holding each other, and
Yeah.
they're just like they point kind of diagonally upwards
hmm
over there.
I look at them. I'm like, Briv, please don't kill these two. And then they're like,
Aw.
right on.
Aw.
I
Yeah.
shall make no promises.
I imagine at this exact moment, you're like Theo may be in mid swallow of one of the goblins on the ground.
But the direction they pointed, was it like a hallway or like we need to punch another hole?
It's kind of like you need to punch another hole.
The fire breath then. So when they're like up there, wah!
Okay. You start- Yeah, the entire and now like all the goblin bodies, like water is now pouring and then instantly freezing, and now there's this weird icy layer of dead goblins and kobolds
Ugh.
and humans.
This is the-
all
I
stuck
do
in the
look at-
ice.
I do look at Briv. I'm like, this is the most metal mission we've been on yet.
And when he starts doing this, Briv does it, but then metal comes out of his fingers even further.
Yeah.
And then both the brass dragons both cast minor illusion, do the same thing with their claws.
It's the horns for everybody. Yep. Okay. That's it for Freely.
All right. We are now on to Will. You're out of combat, so let's see who's left. Alyndra.
Briv. Oh.
Briv's
Alyndra,
not in
Briv,
combat
Penelope?
though.
Briv and
Briv
Freely
was
are
his
inside.
distraction.
Right. Yeah.
Who?
So then, I guess if for me, did I hear Penelope call out over the sending stone?
Well, actually, it is the enemy's turn, so
Oh boy.
yeah. Let me roll 1d6 just to make sure. That's a no. What's your armor class again? No, that hit.
My armor class is 18.
Oof. Dang.
Very agile.
You take 11 points of clawing damage from the white dragon as it slashes directly into your shoulder.
Ouch.
And that's its action against you.
Right. Do I hear Penelope call out about Orkira?
Over the transmitter, yeah, you hear some kind of scream.
Do I or Griff see where Orkira is?
It's not your turn, and you don't.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Whose turn
and
is
Penelope, you are being attacked as well,
Okay.
and you take another
I
11
do
points
a
of. Okay.
what,
go
it,
ahead.
what type of damage? Because I'm
It's,
gonna.
it's not a breath attack. It's a slashing attack.
Oh, okay. Can I? Okay, go ahead.
And you take 11 points of damage as well.
Okay.
Okay, then is it my turn?
No, and now, well, it's Orkira.
Oh,
Wait,
is it?
we
No,
haven't
it's
gone
Orkira to be
since her
attacked.
turn.
No, nothing's really attacking Orkira. Orkira is not seen as a threat. So,
No, shortly the ground is going to be attacking me.
yeah. So now we are back to everyone's action. And Briv, you're doing the same thing. Then you're like burning through fire and all that stuff.
Is there a hole yet? I mean, I'm going to wherever this control room is. Our mission is to disable this fortress, correct?
Yes, B-Dave's already made a hole.
Yeah, so I'm just, Theo and I are going to jet through the hole, trying to find whatever we think is the most expensive or important part of this.
You jet through the hole and you immediately strike this large kind of coppery magical device with a large crystal ball on top of it. There's actually two of them, and in the center there is some kind of dragon priest with a mask holding on to either end of it, and this appears to be the control room. And he seems very surprised that there is a brass dragon in this room. And there's all kinds of symbols of Tiamat everywhere with the 5 dragon heads.
Does there happen to be, like a scrying viewport where Briv happens to notice the falling body of Orkira out in the... Okay, I thought I'd try. And so
I appreciate that. I really do.
If that's not the case, then Briv just simply says, "Dost thou want to perish, or dost thou want to step down from there?" Talking to the priest.
Okay, fine, I'm leaving. These guys are so weird. And he just runs off.
Good move.
He really trips on his own like weird robes, and throws his mask off and just runs down a hallway.
Thou dost not have to hurry that much. Take thine time. Don't hurt thyself.
Slips on the ice and it just grinds his face against the ice at the exact same time and stabs himself with his own dagger.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
And then an icicle from high above in the cave falls and then drops right into his back.
Theo,
He rolled a 1.
Theo, I have tried to tell them. I have tried to tell them that I have a divine spark, and they do not believe me. And so then I just say, Theo.
Another icicle falls and drops into the back of his head.
It's like, I'm alive, but I'm very badly burned.
Theo, thou knowest what to do, and I'm trying to see if he can either breathe again, and I'm assuming that, he's a thick chunk, so he really knows how to destroy things.
Go ahead and roll a 1d6 for me.
Okay.
I've been playing this game.
I got a 6. 6.
Oh
I've been
God,
playing this.
right.
I've been playing this game for about 30 years, and I've been doing that dragon breath reset thing wrong this entire time. I've been doing it as they could do it every 5 or 6 rounds.
Oh my gosh.
I was
You get to
today
roll.
years old when I found out you roll a d6.
I
That's awesome.
actually know a couple of people who just in the last week or two have figured that out.
No,
Like,
I
it's-
literally had a conversation with Joey about this exact same thing. So
I'm
you
one
can
of
do
them.
full damage, Briv.
Yeah.
With
I'm trying
Theo.
to dismantle this entire control room.
The
at this
whole
point in time.
thing starts melting. Like, not only does the magical device, like, flame just erupts, it just melts into the ice, and then the ice melts as well all around it. And B-Dave, you're almost like hit by water flooding out of the hole that you made. That Briv immediately like pushed you aside and flew through, and now like water is like pouring.
I got
And
water
then this
breathing. It's refreshing.
horrifying dragon cultist body with 2 icicles, one in its back, one in the back of its head, and a dagger in its
I
stomach.
did that freely.
Drops to the ground as well.
Is he
On
still
then
alive?
I simply
No,
say,
it's dead.
I'm like yelling out freely, we must exit from whence we came.
You do hear
Alright.
its neck break as it hits the ground, though, so it's super
I-
dead now.
Literally, I'm like, 1 down, 22 to go. And I turn around and I look at the goblins and halflings. I'm like, you guys should abandon ship. We're home and leave.
You feel the entire citadel start to just descend as basically a giant iceberg in the sky just falls straight down.
Oof.
So that's what has.
As
That's
soon
what's
as we get to the
happening with you.
hole.
So that's happening.
So
All right,
as
Alyndra,
Briv and Freely start to try to exit, Briv is just gonna, come out with the metal, and we have our own little fist bump that's like just
Yeah, we have a moment. Yes,
like
we have a moment.
a circuit,
Yeah.
closing the circuit.
Yep, I'm for it. Yep.
All right, Alyndra, what are you doing?
So does I want to find, I heard Penelope call for help, and I
Yeah.
want to find using Griff and my dragon and myself, I want to look for
I'll give you
Orkira.
just a one perception check with advantage.
Okay. Is this for all three of us, or do we each get?
Yeah, for all three of you. Let's see what comes up. It's one combined thing.
17 plus, for me it's plus 4, for Griff it's plus 3, and for my dragon it's plus, actually no, Griff it's higher than that. Griff it is plus 6.
Okay.
So 6, 3, so 23.
You definitely see her,
Okay.
but she is already fallen 300 feet.
Oof.
I will. Oh, gosh, can I get to within? I can't get within 60 feet of her, can I? Or can I? I want to get Featherfall on her.
You can get 160 feet. That's 300. Wow, we need miniatures now.
Yeah, so it's 160. Which
you
is
can just
still
dive
not
160
Theater of the
feet
mind, you just
straight.
round. So it's like she can probably get within 60.
Yeah. it's-
Petition for her. Petition.
you can get very close, but
Okay.
you're not close enough.
The dash action's
You
what,
will
3
be
times
the next.
move?
Yeah, if you take the dash action, you can get 160 feet.
I'll
towards her.
dash then as my action, and then as my bonus action, I will heal myself with healing word. But oof, gosh, and I'm gonna pump it to 2nd level.
Okay. Penelope, half pint, what are you doing?
So, diving, obviously, dragon's gonna dive. The dragon's gonna take a dash action, I think. So I should be able to reach her. Yes.
Yeah, you are significantly closer to her.
Okay. Then it's the dragon's duty to grab her, or slowly as she's falling, kind of scoop her back up. That would be.
Okay. Have it make a dexterity. Let's say a dexterity saving throw to grab her.
Okay. It's a nat 20.
Hey!
I got one.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That is you scoop up Orkira at the last moment, right before she hits the ground. However, that is
so
your
good.
full action.
Okay, I'll take it.
that's fair.
The only action that matters.
Orkira, I need a death save.
Okay. It's a fail.
I love you guys.
Hey,
You just
Todd,
watch her tongue just kind of
can
go.
I
"Wow."
finish out what I was doing? So the dragon's dashing, but I didn't get to finish what I was
No, you
gonna-
didn't. You okay? Well, what else were you doing?
I wanted to cast a spell.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What spell?
I wanted to cast. Oh, she wasn't within range of me, was she?
No.
Let's go ahead and do a Toll the Dead on the creature that's on top of the on Valasar.
Balasar already dropped down. He's actually heading right for Orkira, but you can do so.
Yeah.
Oh, if he
I'll know
left-
where he is.
Yeah, and that would be leaving Naxxus's range. And would like to do an attack of opportunity on this random creature that, for some reason, he's really pissed off at. He doesn't know why.
gosh.
Go
And
ahead.
you know
and-
what?
Go ahead and roll the attack.
Or
He needs to make a save?
talking.
But I have foreseen this moment, so he's going to fail his save.
Okay. He fails to save. What's the damage? And
He's going to take 2d8 of damage. Oh no, has he been damaged at all yet?
yes, he has been damaged.
He's going to be damaged some more too because I rolled a 19.
Oh.
Oh wow.
He can take another 15 from me.
All right. How? Okay. Takes 15 points of damage.
Oh, and I had absorb elements on, didn't I? So that's another.
And
So-
Nax will get him with a claw for 12 damage.
So
11,
yeah.
12, 13.
Oof.
So you have 3 multi attacks. So you can actually. Oh, you get the 1 attack. So how much damage was that, Orkira?
12 from Nax as he's leaving his range. So
And how much was the Toll the Dead?
28 total.
He's significantly hurt. He's still heading straight down for Orkira. All right. B. Dave, I'm assuming you were leaving the fortress.
Yeah, but when we come out, have I noticed any of this? Because I'm like, hey, you guys, Briv and I, what?
No,
What?
no, you were leaving a falling glacier.
Yeah, I'm like,
You were just shooting out the port.
We
Yeah.
we just say,
Have your sending stones up? Were you listening at all to your sending stones?
I mean, if
I have a sending stone?
You may have a sending stone, but maybe
Someone
there was
must
some
have
kind of
told me
static you
this.
couldn't hear until now you get out of the actual fortress.
Briv
And-
does not use these contrivances.
Can
Except for-
can I see if I notice that someone that is not Orkira is on her dragon? Like, can we roll perception again? To see
No
if
one,
we
Oh, he
notice?
no
left.
one's on the dragon. You see,
Oh.
this is a hard one to see in the
Okay.
middle of the battle, but you
Okay.
you do see all of everybody. you see,
Well-
you see, Alyndra diving. You see Penelope diving on Flamio, and you can see Orkira being held in its arms. So you can start flying over, and you'll be in there in about a round.
But there's no visible obvious hostiles. I do not see the dragon leader. I do not see the big red dragon.
There are tons of dragons. The big red dragon is on the ground.
Right.
It is already descended to the ground.
Believe it or not, I'm going to fall back towards the gnomes because we knocked out the command center. So it's
Yeah.
like just in case this was a distraction or something, and I don't know of anything else. So head back to guard the portal
that makes sense.
Okay.
unless I see something else. Yeah.
All right, you
Mhm.
do so.
Mhm.
But now it's all right. He gets one action.
I'll use my hide action, by the way. I can still hide behind the dragon's head.
We have broken our DM.
That's all right. Can we just stay here? Can we just not?
Oh, there he is.
Oh. Oh,
Mm.
Can we not? Oh, I'm back. Sorry, I thought you were hiding from the DM. That was what I
I
heard.
mean, both.
yeah, really.
It's not an inaccurate statement. Yes.
As you see Valisar finally descending, you see him call down a massive cylinder of fire, not only around himself, but also Orkira at the same time. And it's going to be some damage.
Only because I never saw him or Kira that I didn't use Penelope on him.
You take 24 points of fire damage. You're resistant to fire damage, so go ahead and turn that into 12.
Yeah, but so I'm under. I've been
How
taking
many
death
death
saving
saves do you
throws.
She's been
have?
taking death saves, so she's dead.
One failure.
I'm at 1 failure.
Well,
Now she's got three
Specifically,
failures then now.
you can't really do a dexterity saving throw, so
She takes damage.
Is-
If she takes any damage, it's a failure.
Yeah, it's
not to
You
be
did-
meta, but the dragon's holding her. Does the dragon dodge? Because the dragon, she's in the dragon's hands. Does it try and get out of the way of the spell?
That's true, 'cause it would hit the dragon.
Wait, and is it
Well,
a
the-
spell
okay.
or is it a
Hold-
natural weapon?
it is a spell.
Oh no,
It
it's not
actually-
doing that. Then counter spell. Absolutely not.
I was about to say, because if I take any damage, it doesn't matter how much, it's a death saving throw failure. So
What level of counter spell are you casting?
I will cast it at 4th level. So it is if it's less than or equal to the level of the spell I used, it is useless.
The dragon rolled a 2.
So it's
I'm
higher than
sorry
4th
that I'm
level,
ha-
and she needs to roll.
I need a.
So it's if the spell is higher than a 4th level spell, it's going to need to make an ability check using intelligence. And the DC
What's
is
the DC?
oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm making the DC is 10 plus this one. What was the spell's level?
That's what I'm looking up right now. Sorry.
So
I'm
I've
sorry
rolled
that
a
this is taking a
16.
while.
16 plus intelligence. 16. My spellcasting modifier is.
It casts Flame Strike, a
Plus four.
fifth level spell.
So I have a 20 on that roll.
Okay, so you can counterspell a fifth
counterspell?
level spell.
I can counterspell anything above. Yeah.
As
I
long
can.
as
Okay.
she succeeds at the caster
As long as I
check.
succeed on my save, because the difficulty of the spell goes, the counter spell goes up with the difficulty of the spell.
Okay, and what is your DC determined by?
So I needed to clear a 15 if it's a fifth level spell, and I got a 20.
Okay, you got 20?
It was
Dirty
not a
20
nat
or
20.
natural?
It was a dirty
Got
20.
it, okay. You counterspell the Flame Strike.
I do not think so.
Yay!
All right. And you are you are around the broken body of Orkira, which is being held in the dragon's arms at this moment. You are out of combat effectively. Velisar burned himself up trying to kill Orkira at the same time.
Okay, Orkira's not asking this because she's unconscious. Do you see a body? Because you all know he is resistant, just like she is, to fire. Do you see him?
All
I'm
right.
not done with him.
Flamio and Penelope Halfpint, do you cast any spells?
Yes, cure
Orkira?
wounds. I would.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, it's sorry. Two.
Did
Doing at a
she-
third level.
The thing that
So-
maximized health, that was concentration, right?
Yeah,
it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. So that's 11, 12, 13 points.
Okay.
Are we allowed to cast spells right now? Is that
We're out of combat.
healing word? Healing word.
Ow! Oh, that asshole, he's back.
Akira,
Dude,
never leave me again. Never leave me again.
I was trying not to.
And then you see what is essentially a nuclear explosion of ice and snow in the distance as the entire iceberg fortress
What did the
crashes
boys
into
do?
the ground. And you forgot about the red dragon that you sent to the ground itself. And it's rearing up to blow flames all over everyone. I need to get dexterity saving throws right now.
Ah! I cast guidance on
If you're
Lauren.
within 10 feet of me, no.
I'm
is anybody
resistant to
within
this,
10?
so
Okay.
test guidance on yourself.
You need bless, not guidance for this save.
Oh,
I
damn.
feel like Briv and I were close together. Is that
Yeah,
an
you're close.
accurate statement?
Yes.
Do I get +4? You say?
Guidance myself.
How
It's
much
the
did
dex.
healing did I get from you, Jen? Because I'm gonna need
Dirty
it.
20.
You got 9 from
Okay.
me.
Dirty 20, but I'm super gonna hellish rebuke the hell out of it when I actually think
All right. Everyone who's failed took 56 points
18.
of. And everyone below 17 dexterity saving throw got 56 points of fire damage.
Warding flare. Right. Or thing. What's the death ward?
Warding flare won't work on that.
Death.
No, but you've got death ward.
I've got death
so
ward.
when
I'm
you
back to
drop
1.
to 0, you go back to 1.
Oh,
Orkira will take half of that, which will drop her back unconscious.
I'm also out if
God.
we're going below.
And that's our adventure, everyone. Thank you so much for watching Beyond Heroes this holiday
Happy
season. We have a
holidays.
cliffhanger. Dragon Wars Part 2 will be
Electric Boogaloo?
will be next year.
Then
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry, we
jeez.
ran out of time. And I did my best to apparently kill Lauren Urban's character. I'm not quite sure.
But he did not succeed yet.
I did
Not yet.
succeed.
I'm unconscious and Alyndra's unconscious, though. So here we go. Wait,
you will
before we go,
have-
talk about your world builders card.
yeah, do the
Oh
thing.
yeah, we have two. We have World Builders card not only from D&D Beyond. If you contribute to World Builders today, you are going to be entered into a raffle to potentially get a D&D Beyond card that actually allows you to level up 3 levels for the duration of that adventure.
Ooh,
Not the
That's so
campaign.
cool.
Yeah.
There's also a Todd Kenreck card called Perfect Warlock, and you permanently gain 1 level of Warlock, and your patron is Avron.
Wow.
That's
you
so
enter into
awesome.
a raffle for that.
Wow.
Can't
That's cool.
verify a level of warlock. Very useful.
Yeah.
So useful.
Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for everyone who and I hope everyone is enjoying their legendary bundles. For those that won them, we will be back, I believe, on the 8th with Dragon Wars Part 2, and we will see who will live and who will die. And it's great to have a holiday cliffhanger, I guess. I was not suspecting that, but yes. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And I just want to thank this entire cast and crew for being so amazing. It's been an insane year being a Dungeon Master for you. And you definitely make me look good. All I do is come up with really stupid ideas, and then you make them look like art. Or add nipples to it for no reason.
Because art.
It's like the Batsuit.
But
What can we say?
We make art together.
It has been a dream come true. So I hope everyone has happy holidays.
Happy New Year, too.